Most people dream of Ferraris or Lambos. Billionaires? They collect them like toys. But there's a tier even they can't touch. Cars so rare, they disappear the moment they're made. No auctions, no waiting lists, no mercy. These aren't just vehicles. They're legends on wheels. Join us as we explore the cars that not even billionaires can get their hands on. Number 15. Renault Trezor. When your car doesn't have doors, but has a roof that lifts like Iron Man's helmet, you're not just driving, you're showing off. Meet the Renault Trezor, a jaw-dropping electric concept car that looks like it escaped from a time machine. First revealed at the Paris Motor Show in 2016, this metallic masterpiece isn't something you can buy, not even if your bank account has more zeros than a NASA budget. The Trezor stretches about 4,700 millimeters long, over 2,100 millimeters wide, and barely scrapes the skies at just a little more than 1,000 millimeters tall. It's crafted from carbon fiber and aluminum, with a sleek, uninterrupted body that gives it a drag coefficient of 0.22. Basically, it slices through air like a scalpel. Forget doors. The Trezor opens with a clamshell canopy that lifts forward in one fluid motion. You don't climb in, you step into it like a sci-fi throne room. Inside, it's a red leather wonderland with a dashboard made from polished redwood and custom-fitted trunks strapped down with leather belts like vintage luggage from a billionaire's yacht. It's not just a pretty face. Underneath, it's hiding a 350 horsepower electric motor, borrowed from Renault's Formula E race cars. That's enough juice to launch it from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 4 seconds. And yes, it has dual battery packs with independent cooling systems, plus a regenerative braking setup straight from Formula E's energy recovery tech. It also drives itself. Activate autonomous mode and the steering wheel shifts, the lights signal other drivers, and the car basically tells you, "Relax, I got this." So why can't billionaires get their hands on it? Because it was never built to be owned. The Trezor is a concept, a vision of tomorrow, not a plaything for today. It's not just rare, it's untouchable. Number 14. BMW GINA Light Visionary Model. It blinks, it breathes, it shapeshifts. And no, we're not talking about a robot from a Marvel movie. We're talking about a car that literally moves its skin. This is the BMW GINA Light Visionary model, and calling it a concept car doesn't quite cut it. It's more like something that escaped from a futuristic lab, and it was never meant for showrooms. GINA, which stands for Geometry and Functions in Adaptations, was revealed in June 2008 after 7 years of undercover development. And once the world saw it, jaws dropped. Instead of metal panels, the entire body is wrapped in a polyurethane-coated spandex fabric. That's right, fabric. It's stretched tightly over a flexible aluminum and carbon fiber skeleton. The skin is waterproof, heat-resistant, and strong enough to hold its shape even at high speeds. But here's where it gets wild. The car can literally change shape. Want the headlights on? The fabric peels open like eyelids. Need better aerodynamics? A rear spoiler rises smoothly from beneath the skin. It doesn't have seams. It has muscles. The body is made of only 4 main panels. One for the hood, one for each side, and one at the rear. Fewer pieces, more motion. To access the engine, the hood splits down the center and folds open like butterfly wings. The scissor-style doors lift outward and up, giving off major supercar meets alien spacecraft vibes. Inside, the cockpit adapts just like the body. The steering wheel and instruments stay tucked away until the car is powered on. Then they glide into position. Even the headrest rises to meet the driver like a personal butler made of leather and logic. Underneath all that innovation is a familiar beast. The chassis and 4.4-liter V8 engine from the BMW Z8, delivering rear-wheel power through a 6-speed automatic transmission. So yes, it's got the muscle to match the magic. But don't get excited about adding it to your garage. The GINA was never for sale. It was never meant to be. This was BMW asking, what if a car didn't just move, it evolved? Number 13. Mercedes-Benz Vision, AVTR. When your car can glow, crawl sideways, recognize your heartbeat, and literally read your thoughts, you're no longer behind the wheel, you're in the future. This is the Mercedes-Benz Vision, AVTR. First revealed in January 2020 at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, the AVTR, short for Advanced Vehicle Transformation, isn't just inspired by the movie Avatar, it practically belongs in Pandora. Let's start with power. The AVTR runs on a 110 kilowatt-hour battery that's completely free of rare earth metals. It uses a revolutionary graphene-based organic cell chemistry, which means it's fully recyclable and charges in under 15 minutes. With 4 high-torque motors, one for each wheel, it can pump out 469 horsepower and drive over 700 kilometers on a single charge. That's enough to get you across multiple countries, or just to the nearest forest moon. But here's where it gets bizarre. The AVTR doesn't have a steering wheel. Instead, it uses a merge device, a palm-sized control panel in the center console. Place your hand on it, and the car wakes up, synchronizing to your breathing and heartbeat. From there, it can detect brain signals, using brain-computer interface technology to interpret your thoughts and let you control aspects of the vehicle without ever lifting a finger. No buttons, no switches, just your brain doing the driving. The body design is wild. It has 33 bionic flaps on the rear, which open and move like scales, allowing the car to communicate visually with its environment. The chassis is shaped using Mercedes' one-bow philosophy, a smooth, arching silhouette that looks like it was grown, not built. Inside, you won't find leather. Everything is vegan and sustainable, including seats made from recycled materials and wood trim sourced from fast-growing rattan. But here's the catch. The AVTR was never designed for sale. It's a one-off vision of what cars could be if human, machine, and nature were fused into one. No price tag, no dealership, not even billionaires can order one. Number 12. Bugatti La Voiture Noire. 6 exhaust pipes, 1 car, 0 chances of seeing it in your neighbor's driveway. This is the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, which literally means the black car in French. But let's be honest, it might as well mean the one car you'll never ever own. Unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show in 2019, this one-off masterpiece is Bugatti's tribute to the legendary Type 57 SC Atlantic, the one that mysteriously vanished during World War II. And like its long-lost ancestor, La Voiture Noire is wrapped in myth, obsession, and mystery. Let's get into the beast. Beneath that glistening carbon fiber skin is Bugatti's iconic 8-liter W16 engine with 4 turbochargers. It churns out 1,500 horsepower and 1,600 newton-meters of torque. That's enough to rocket this land yacht from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.4 seconds. Top speed? North of 420 kilometers per hour. But speed is only half the story. The design is borderline cinematic. Flowing lines, a central spine that runs from hood to tail, and a glowing red rear light bar stretching across the back. And yes, those 6 exhaust outlets are very real. Even parked, it looks like it's breaking a few laws. Inside, it's all handcrafted luxury. We're talking the finest leather, polished aluminum, and an interior so refined it makes 5-star hotel suites feel like airport lounges. Everything is tailored, right down to the switches and stitching. And now, the number everyone wants to hear. This car sold for 11 million euros before tax. That's roughly 12.5 million US dollars, making it the most expensive new car ever sold at the time. And here's the kicker. Only one was ever built. No copies. No limited edition run. Just one. So while billionaires can argue over who gets the next Bugatti, this one's already spoken for. And the rest of us will have to settle for screensavers. Number 11. Mercedes-Benz Vision EQ Silver Aero. When your car has wheels dipped in rose gold and a steering wheel with a built-in touchscreen, you're not commuting. You're flexing on the laws of physics. This is the Mercedes-Benz Vision EQ Silver Aero, and it's what happens when a luxury automaker decides to mix a vintage land speed legend with tomorrow's tech. First revealed in 2018 at the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance in California, this all-electric one-seater wasn't made for the streets. It was made to steal the show. The design is a direct tribute to the W125 record wagon, a Mercedes race car from 1938 that once hit a mind-bending 432.7 kilometers per hour. The Vision EQ Silver Aero doesn't just borrow that legacy, it upgrades it. Its body is sculpted entirely from carbon fiber and painted in alubeam silver, giving it the look of molten metal poured over a bullet. It stretches roughly 5,300 millimeters long and stands just over 1,000 millimeters tall. That's longer than a full-size SUV, but barely taller than a kitchen counter. The wheels feature 168 rose gold aluminum spokes, wrapped in Pirelli tires stamped with the Mercedes-Benz star. Powering this piece of rolling sculpture is an 80 kilowatt-hour battery paired with a 550 kilowatt electric motor. That's around 750 horsepower. It has a projected range of over 400 kilometers, although let's be honest, no one's driving this thing to the grocery store. Inside, it's a sci-fi lounge, a panoramic digital display, a touchscreen integrated into the steering wheel, a leather and walnut seat surrounded by brushed aluminum and gray suede. Even the cockpit feels like it's whispering, "You're not worthy." But here's the twist. No amount of money gets you the keys. This isn't a production car. It's a one-off concept, a design flex, a glimpse into the future that you can admire but never own. That's what makes it truly untouchable, even for billionaires. Number 10. DSX-E Tense. One side looks ready for a Formula E race. The other side looks like it serves champagne and reads your mind. This isn't a split personality, it's a car you'll never own. The DSX-E Tense is what happens when a luxury automaker stops asking, "What's possible?" and starts asking, "What if?" Revealed by DS Automobiles in 2018, this concept was designed as their vision of driving in the year 2035. It's asymmetrical, electric, and completely unhinged in the best way. On the driver's side, you'll find an open cockpit, minimalist and motorsport inspired. It's lightweight, low-slung, and built for performance. On the other side, a sealed-off glass pod lined with leather, wood, metal, and a reclining massage chair that would make a first-class airline blush. The floor is made of electrochromatic glass, meaning it can tint, light up, and let you see the road rushing beneath your feet. Power comes from 2 electric motors, one in each front wheel. In regular mode, it produces 400 kilowatts, roughly 540 horsepower. But flip into circuit mode, and it cranks out 1,000 kilowatts. That's over 1,360 horsepower. All that muscle is held together by a carbon fiber chassis and an adaptive suspension developed by DS Performance. Even the grille isn't just a grille. It shifts and morphs depending on how much cooling the car needs. And if that wasn't wild enough, the body is designed to reshape itself after an impact. Yes, it can heal. A holographic assistant named IRIS runs the show from inside the luxury cabin. She handles entertainment, comfort settings, and more, adapting to the mood of the passenger. But no matter how futuristic it is, the DSX-E Tense was never meant for your driveway. It's a design experiment, art on wheels, powered by lightning and imagination. Even with unlimited cash, no one's buying this. And honestly, that's part of what makes it so brilliant. Number 9. Cadillac InnerSpace. A car with no steering wheel, no pedals, and tires made partly from rice husks sounds like a sci-fi fever dream. But Cadillac made it real. This is the Cadillac InnerSpace, a fully autonomous electric concept coupe that doesn't just drive, it curates your entire journey. Unveiled in early 2022 at the Consumer Electronics Show, the InnerSpace is part of Cadillac's Halo concept portfolio. It's a bold peek into a future where luxury is less about horsepower and more about headspace. Let's start with the obvious. There's no driver's seat because there's no driving. This two-seater runs on full autonomy, freeing up space for a wraparound LED display that offers immersive experiences like augmented reality scenery, entertainment streams, or even wellness recovery programs. The cabin uses biometric sensors and AI to tailor the lighting, sound, and visuals to your mood. Think of it as a spa day with wheels. Built on General Motors' Ultium platform, the InnerSpace uses a wireless battery management system, which means battery modules are placed wherever needed for balance and spaciousness. This gives it a super low profile and lets the seats sit closer to the ground, more like a futuristic lounge than a car interior. Access is theatrical in the best way. The canopy roof lifts upward while the side doors swing wide open and the seats pivot outward to greet you. Step in, and you're surrounded by glass, an almost seamless panoramic view through the roof and sides that makes the car feel like a rolling greenhouse for two. Even the tires are high-tech. Developed with Goodyear, they feature sound comfort tech for whisper-quiet rides and are made from sustainable materials like soybean oil and silica derived from rice husks. But don't reach for your checkbook just yet. The Cadillac InnerSpace is not for sale. It's a concept, a vision, and a tech showcase that whispers what tomorrow might feel like, even if no one gets to own it today. Number 8. Bugatti Chiron Profilée. Our next car was built once, sold once, and will never happen again. The Bugatti Chiron Profilée is the automotive version of a mic drop, and it landed on marble. Unveiled quietly in December 2022, the Profilée wasn't supposed to be a one-off. Bugatti originally planned it as a more elegant, road-friendly alternative to the hardcore Chiron Pure Sport, but by the time development wrapped up, all 500 Chiron slots were already taken. So Bugatti did what Bugatti does best. They made history out of a leftover sketch. Powered by the same monstrous 8-liter W16 engine found in its siblings, the Profilée delivers 1,500 horsepower and 1,600 Newton-meters of torque. It rockets from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.3 seconds and keeps pushing to a top speed of 380 kilometers per hour. But the magic here isn't just in the speed, it's in the sculpture. The Profilée wears a one-of-one Argent Atlantique silver finish over Blue Royale carbon. A fixed rear wing, a first for a Chiron of this elegance, helps balance the aerodynamic tweaks up front, including larger intakes and a refined splitter. Inside, the exclusivity continues. This was the first Chiron to feature woven leather on the dashboard, center console, and doors. Over 2,500 meters of hand-braided hide. The seats are clad in gris Raphael and deep blue leather, detailed with Bugatti's custom Air Parade quilting. Only one was built, only one was sold. And on February 1st, 2023, that single car shattered records at RM Sotheby's in Paris, fetching €9,792,500, making it the most expensive brand new car ever sold at auction. The Bugatti Chiron Profilée is not a car, it's a signature, a final handwritten note from the W16 era, and it's already gone. Number 7. Aptera Launch Edition. A car that charges itself, skips gas stations like they're optional, and looks like it was built for Mars, not Earth? That's not just rare, that's borderline mythical. Meet the Aptera Launch Edition, a solar-powered spaceship disguised as a street-legal vehicle. Designed in California and unveiled in early 2023, this three-wheeled two-seater is the first production intent model from Aptera Motors, and it's rewriting the rulebook on efficiency. Its drag coefficient is just 0.13, making it the most aerodynamic car ever developed for public roads. The Launch Edition comes equipped with a 42 kilowatt-hour battery, delivering up to 400 miles of range on a single charge. But here's where it gets unreal. Solar panels embedded across the roof, hood, and rear hatch can add up to 40 miles of range per day just from sunlight. In sunny regions, that means you could drive daily and never plug it in. Built with ultralight composite materials, the entire structure is engineered for weight savings and strength. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds and has a top speed of 101 miles per hour. Charging options range from a standard 120-volt outlet, which adds 13 miles per hour, to a 240-volt setup that gives 57 miles per hour. It uses the North American charging standard, yes, the same one adopted by Tesla. Inside, it's futuristic but minimalist. You get a 12.8-inch center touchscreen, Bluetooth, voice controls, and a surprisingly spacious 32.5 cubic feet of storage space. Perfect for groceries or camping gear if you plan to run away from society on sunlight alone. But here's the twist. Every single Launch Edition unit has already been claimed. Production is limited, delivery is tight, and while billionaires can buy yachts, private jets, or even rocket rides, they still can't skip the wait list for this. The Aptera Launch Edition isn't just a car, it's a rebellion on wheels. Quiet, clean, and nearly impossible to get your hands on. Number 6. Rolls-Royce Vision. Next 100. When your car comes with a personal butler, projects a red carpet for you, and has no steering wheel whatsoever, you're not entering a car, you're entering a personal spaceship wrapped in silk and wood. This is the Rolls-Royce Vision Next 100, also called the 103EX. And it is not just a concept car, it's an outrageous prediction of how luxury will look when wheels finally meet wizardry. Unveiled in June 2016 to celebrate the centenary of Rolls-Royce's parent company, BMW Group, the Vision Next 100 doesn't just rewrite the rulebook, it tosses it out the window of a glass-domed, fully autonomous chariot. Stretching about 5.9 meters long and standing 1.6 meters tall, this futuristic land yacht shares the footprint of a Phantom extended wheelbase, but looks like it was teleported from the year 3000. It has exposed floating wheel arches, a sweeping glass canopy that opens in tandem with a rear-hinged coach door, and, brace yourself, a luggage compartment tucked inside the front wheel arches. The interior is just as bonkers. No steering wheel, no dashboard, just a silk-upholstered couch, an open-pore macassar wood floor, and a giant panoramic OLED screen. Sitting where a driver should be is Eleanor, a digital assistant named after Eleanor Thornton, the original muse behind the Spirit of Ecstasy. Eleanor learns your habits, plans your itinerary, and probably knows how you take your tea. This rolling lounge is fully electric and 100% autonomous, with zero emissions and zero tolerance for boring design. And when it arrives, a light beam silently projects a virtual red carpet next to the door. But before you go reaching for your wallet, don't bother. The Vision Next 100 was never meant for sale. It's a one-off concept, handcrafted to provoke gasps, not transactions. Not even billionaires can park it in their garage, because it's not a car, it's a message. Number 5. Renault EZ-Ultimo. A car with a marble floor, a velvet armchair, and no driver. That's not transportation, that's teleportation for the ridiculously relaxed. This is the Renault EZ-Ultimo, a fully autonomous luxury lounge on wheels that makes limos look like taxis. Revealed at the Paris Motor Show in 2018, this concept car was designed to show us what ride-hailing might look like in a world where steering wheels are history and comfort is king. Measuring roughly 224 inches long and just 53 inches tall, the EZ-Ultimo looks more like a rolling sculpture than a car. It runs on electricity, powered by a single motor driving the front wheels, and charges wirelessly via an inductive pad, so no cables, no mess, no awkward waiting. Its autonomy is rated at level 4, which means it doesn't need a driver in most situations. You simply summon it, step in, and get whisked away without lifting a finger. And stepping in feels more like entering a suite than a sedan. A large sliding side door and a roof canopy open in sync, while a leather-wrapped armchair rotates outward to greet you. Inside, it's pure extravagance. There's wood paneling, marble detailing, and plush seating arranged for conversation, not utility. The design feels like a hotel lounge crossed with a private jet. The glass roof floods the cabin with light, while one-way mirrored windows protect your privacy from the outside world. There's no infotainment screen because the experience itself is the entertainment. The EZ-Ultimo isn't built to thrill with speed or tech overload. It's built to make your commute feel like a retreat. But here's the twist. It's not for sale. It was never meant to be. Number 4. Nissan Hyper Force. Our next car has more horsepower than a Bugatti, can battle virtual opponents on real racetracks, and uses plasma to control airflow. Meet the Nissan Hyper Force, proof that the future of driving is less fast and furious, and more Tron meets Tokyo. Revealed at the Japan Mobility Show in October 2023, the Hyper Force is Nissan's all-electric, all-insane concept supercar. It's powered by a solid-state battery that delivers 1,000 kilowatts. That's 1,341 horsepower. That kind of power doesn't just make it fast, it makes it a force of nature on 4 wheels. Handling that power is Nissan's E-Force all-wheel drive system, which precisely distributes torque to each wheel in real time. The car is built on a high-strength carbon body to keep it light, stiff, and ready for warp speed. But what really sets it apart are its active aero components: front canards, a morphing front fender, and a dual-layer rear diffuser, all of which reshape themselves mid-drive for max grip and stability. Then there's the plasma actuator. Yes, plasma. It manipulates airflow to keep the car stuck to the road like it's been super glued to the tarmac. Inside, it's 2 cars in one. In R mode, everything glows red and turns into a cockpit built for the track, complete with grip sensors, brake temp readings, and real-time telemetry. Switch to GT mode, and the lights cool to blue as the interior transforms into a high-tech lounge with comfort controls and immersive visuals. And here's the kicker. It gamifies the whole thing. Slip on the special headset, and you can race virtual rivals, or even your past lap times, in full augmented reality. It's like Gran Turismo, but you're in the driver's seat of the real thing. Number 3. Mercedes-Benz IAA. Our next car doesn't just drive, it transforms mid-motion like it's auditioning for a sci-fi reboot. The Mercedes-Benz IAA isn't a car, it's an aerodynamic magic trick with a badge. Unveiled at the Frankfurt Motor Show in 2015, the IAA, short for Intelligent Aerodynamic Automobile, is Mercedes' answer to the question, what if your car could shapeshift to outrun the wind? At speeds above 50 miles per hour, this sleek silver concept changes form. The rear extends by almost 10 inches, flaps deploy in the front bumper, and the wheels reshape to reduce turbulence. The result? A drag coefficient of just 0.19. For comparison, most sports cars are thrilled to hit 0.25. Under the hood, the IAA packs a plug-in hybrid powertrain delivering 279 horsepower. It can cruise up to 41 miles purely on electric power and offers a combined range of over 400 miles. So yes, it's efficient, but it's also quick enough to feel futuristic. Inside, things only get stranger, in a good way. The cabin ditches conventional buttons for sweeping touch-sensitive surfaces and gesture-based controls. There's ambient lighting, polished aluminum, and highly responsive curved displays. This is luxury that feels less limousine and more private spacecraft. The IAA wasn't built to be sold, it was built to be stared at. It's a one-off concept meant to showcase how intelligent aerodynamics and digital design can change the way we think about mobility. Even if you had 10 garages and $1 billion, the Mercedes-Benz IAA still wouldn't be yours. Number 2. Alpine Alpenglow. The next car on our list runs on hydrogen, glows like it just finished a rave, and shoots water vapor out the back like it's flexing on pollution. This is not your average track toy. It's the Alpine Alpenglow High 6, a concept car so wild it makes supercars look outdated. Unveiled at the Paris Motor Show in 2024, the Alpenglow High 6 is Alpine's high-octane vision of a zero-emissions future. Its name comes from the natural phenomenon Alpenglow, that dreamy pink light that hits mountain peaks at dawn. The name fits, because this thing looks like a sunrise trapped inside a spaceship. Under the hood, or rather, under the see-through engine cover, you'll find a 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6. But here's the twist. It runs on hydrogen. No gasoline, no electricity. Just compressed hydrogen gas stored in 3 tanks, each holding 2.1 kilograms, pressurized at 700 bar. The result? 740 horsepower, 568 pound-feet of torque, and a redline of 9,000 RPM, all while releasing nothing but water vapor. Its top speed exceeds 205 miles per hour. The chassis is lifted straight from LMP3 race cars. The dorsal fin lights up. And the paddle shifters? Transparent and backlit, because of course they are. Step inside and it only gets crazier. The cabin features carbon fiber, aluminum, and photoreactive Alcantara that literally changes color depending on the light. The steering wheel is ripped from Formula One, complete with toggles for regenerative braking and an overtake mode. But this isn't something you'll ever see in a dealership. The Alpenglow High 6 is a one-off prototype, a rolling science experiment designed to push boundaries, not move units. Even if your bank account has commas in all the right places, the Alpenglow isn't for sale. Number 1. Skoda Vision 7S. A child seat in the center console, a steering wheel that hides itself, and a screen that flips like it's doing yoga. No, it's not a spaceship. It's the Skoda Vision 7S. Revealed in August 2022, this all-electric concept SUV isn't just Skoda's future, it's a full-on rebrand. The Vision 7S introduced the company's new modern solid design language with bold, blocky lines, T-shaped lights, and a closed-off front grille that screams minimalist muscle. At nearly 5 meters long, this 7-seater is built on the Volkswagen Group's MEB platform, and powered by an 89 kilowatt-hour battery. That translates to a driving range of over 600 kilometers on a single charge. Thanks to 200 kilowatt DC fast charging, it can jump from 10% to 80% in around 30 minutes, just long enough for a coffee and a snack. But the real magic happens inside. The cabin is designed for two moods, drive mode and relax mode. In drive mode, everything is upright and focused. Steering wheel out, digital displays lit. You've got a 14.6-inch vertical touchscreen, an 8.8-inch driver display, and an augmented reality head-up projection. Flip to relax mode, and the dashboard retracts, the front seats rotate inward and recline, and the screen shifts to horizontal so the whole family can kick back. Speaking of family, Skoda did something genius. The child seat? It's mounted right in the center of the car, the safest spot. Every surface is covered in eco-conscious materials like recycled polyester and synthetic leather, with the floor made from repurposed tire rubber. Yes, it's comfy and green, but as you probably figured, you can't buy it. Thanks for reading. See you in our next video.